I'm going to do a real easy project this morning. I'm preparing for a demo for our February meeting for our wood turning club. It's always hard to find something that nobody's done before, or that you haven't done before. So I'm going to make what's called a knitting Nancy, or a French knitter. It's really an easy spindle project. A great skill builder for skew or Badan, which are two of my favorite tools. Basically what you do with one of these is make this thing called an I-cord. This is a knitting item. It can be used for macrame or tying decorative knots. You make one long enough, you can make a necklace out of it. This is one of the first ones I made. You see it's really nothing more than a piece of wood with a hole down through the middle of it. And there's 4 little pins around a circle. There can be more pins. However big around you make this, you can put 8 or 10 or 12 or even 13 or 15 pins around the circumference to make one of these cords. I'd made 2 or 3 of them, and I got the idea that I wanted to make one that looked like a snowman. Once again, just a piece of wood with a hole down through the middle of it. You could leave it square for that matter, but I like that. Then I got the idea to make one look like a snowman, but to hide the pins and the pick under the hat. So there's 3 different parts. There's more pieces, but there's 3 different parts. There's the piece of wood, there's the pins, and then there's a pick that you use to knit with one of these. And I found out that when it comes to these, something that just fits in your hand is much better than something long. And the first couple I made, I put a hook on the end, but it works better without the hook. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here, and we'll see how this goes. I've got a piece of walnut between centers. It's about 1 3/4 inches square and about 7 inches long. It's more material than I really need. Give me a little extra room to work. The thing I'm going to do is put a tenon on either end, place for my chuck to grip. Use a 3/8 Badan for that. I need about about 1.5 inches, maybe a little more to make the hat for the snowman. So I'm going to give myself plenty of room because I do have plenty of material. Just mark that. Part that off. I'm going to drill a 1-inch hole in this. I'm going to make it just about 1 inch deep. Running about 500 RPM. It's not too bad. About not quite 1 inch, but close enough. Mark the depth right there. This is going to be the brim of the hat, so I'm going to give this just a little lift. This is end grain. So I'm going to clean this up with my skew. Use like a negative rake scraper. Okay, nice cut. This is the only chance we'll have to sand and finish this. So I'm going to sand it a little bit. If the person wants to remove this mark from the center point from the drill, this is a good time to do that. I'm not going to worry about it. Starting with 150 grit, 220 grit. Take this off and set it aside for a bit. This is the piece that I parted off to make the hat. Clean up that end and then bring my tailstock up. Okay, I'm going to make a tenon to fit inside the hat, which is a 1-inch hole. I'm going to open that up just a little bit to get me close. I'll use my 3/8 bedan to make that tenon. I've got my calipers here. I've got the points ground off of these so they don't dig into the wood when I'm sizing this tenon. So it's actually pretty close. I want this to be a snug fit, and that's pretty close. So I'm going to take just a little bit off. Okay, this is how deep my hole is. I'm going to make the top of the hat about right there. I'm going to waste away this material. Once again, this is end grain, so I'm going to polish that up with my skew again, laid flat. Gives you a really clean cut. My hole in this hat is 1 inch diameter. I'm going to set my calipers for about 1 3/16. This will be the brim. I made that V-notch so I wouldn't split that out when I parted it. I should have done this part before I parted this off and separated it from the tailstock. I think it'll be okay. We'll see. I'm going to have to take really light cuts. I would normally have my dust collection running, but I've got it off because you can't really hear over the sound of it for a video. Starting with 150 again. And do 150 and 220. Oh, actually that was 220 there. Hit this with 150 real quick and then go back.